Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. If you are new here, thank you for tuning in with me today. And if you are returning, welcome back, boo. My name is Queenbee, and today we are going to be talking marriage talk. This is a series that I just started on my channel, so I hope you guys are liking it so far. This is actually the second video that I am uploading on in this series, and I am married. I've been married for 6 years, been with my husband for 8 years, and so I'm going to be discussing different topics, just sharing my opinions and my thoughts, and of course I would like for you guys to share your thoughts and your opinions as well down in the comments. So today's topic is being each other's peace. Yes, ma'am. Being each other's peace is very, 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 very important in a marriage. That is how you keep the drama and the chaos at a minimum. Let me tell you, men, men, and for myself too, I'm not going to just say men, but men for sure do not like a woman that brings drama, that brings chaos, that's always got something going. You know what I mean? A man wants to come home and feel at peace. He wants to feel like he can come home and just relax and woosah. Why? Because he's been out in the world working all day, you know. And if you are, you know what I'm saying, if y'all decided for you to be a housewife, or you don't work and he works, you know, make sure when he comes home, it's a peaceful home, you know, vice versa, you know, because in these times, in these days, it's not a typical traditional marriage. There's, you know, women are the one that goes out and work and bring the money home, and there's also, you know, the men that stays at home, take care of the kids. Whatever floats your boat. I don't say it will work for me, but whatever floats your boat, there's no judgment here. But however it is, whatever the decision is, whatever works for your family, either way, the woman or the man does not want to come home to the drama girl. He doesn't want to come home to the drama man. You know what I'm saying? Or she doesn't want to come home to the drama man. So now I'm going to get more in depth with it. You know, for me, like I said, I am married, so I feel like I can speak on this. From day one, I, you know, explained to my husband, I am not with the drama. I'm not with the chaos. I'm not with the confusion. I'm not with none of that that's going to cause us to have anger towards each other or be frustrated with each other. Now, don't get me wrong. There's no perfect marriage. You're going to have your ups and downs. You're going to have your days where you're probably not going to like your husband, or you're probably not going to like your wife. You're going to get on each other's nerves. That's just life, you know. But those are the little things that you can kind of smooth over and move on, you know what I'm saying, quickly than something bigger, you know what I mean. And never go to sleep mad with your significant other too, you know. But getting back to the peace, I know for myself, I lived in a peaceful home when I was growing up, you know, but past relationships, not so peaceful. So I know what it is to be with someone that always had chaos, and that brought chaos to me in my life, you know. And I lived in chaos and drama for 11 years. So once I was blessed to get to be at peace and gain my peace and know how to keep my peace, listen, that's all I want, you know, because that'll help you, you know what I'm saying, that'll make you want to elevate more. That'll make you want to, you know what I'm saying, it just make you want to do more, you know. It just make you feel good. It just woosah, you know what I mean. And some people just don't know how to do that, because some people live in the chaos. Some people live for the drama, you know. And I'm going to be honest with you, my experience with real men, that is a turn off. And us women sometimes gotta learn how to just zip it, you know, just zip it. All that loud talking, and you gotta have the last word, and That's not bringing peace, baby. That's bringing attitude. That's bringing, I don't need you. That's bringing, I'm still gonna, you know what I'm saying? And a man, a true man, do not deserve that, you know, because if he is going out and making sure he's taking care of home, he's doing this, he's doing X, Y, and Z, he's holding up his, you know what I'm saying, part of the bargain in the marriage. He's holding his part up. You got to do the same thing as the wife, you know, vice versa. Men, you got to do the same thing too, because you got some men out there too, baby, that stay in the drama, that love the drama, love the chaos too. Like I said, I was in a very toxic drama filled, okay, chaotic girl relationship for 11 years, okay? So there's some men that's not at peace with themselves, and all they know is drama and chaos. And so with that being said, like, you got to learn how to be each other's peace, because in my opinion, and I believe in a lot of people will agree, that being each other's peace is going to make your marriage last. It's going to make it grow. Your bond is going to go tighter, you know, because that person is going to want to be home, and that helps, you know what I'm saying, minimize the drama, but that helps build and actually, you know what I'm saying, you guys going to come together and want to build and make, you know, and do whatever the plans that you guys have that you want to do with each other. You know what I'm saying? That y'all can focus on the important things is what I'm trying to get at. Y'all can focus on the important things. Y'all can focus on the goals that you guys want to achieve with each other, you know what I'm saying, together as a married couple, you know what I mean? And you won't be focused on the BS, you know what I mean? You'll be focused on what's going to help, you know what I'm saying, build your family up. So yeah, be each other's peace, because no man, no how. I told my husband the other day, when you come home, baby, you ain't gonna have to worry about no drama, no chaos, none of that. Because you hear the background in my house, it is quiet like this all the time. And I love it, because it just soothes my spirit. It does something to my spirit. And it just makes me just relax. You know what I mean? And when you can just relax and just be, you know what I'm saying, just be with each other and just feel good, and don't feel like your spirit is uproar and you're just good, y'all chilling. That is the best feeling ever. That is the best feeling ever. Like I said, when the drama and the chaos is minimal, is none there, you know what I'm saying, y'all can really focus on what's more important, you know what I'm saying, than whatever is causing y'all to have friction, you know? And that's another thing too, like if you do have a little friction, you know, still learn how to be each other peace within that frustration moment, you know? Don't turn into, you know what I'm saying, this rah, 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 you know what I'm saying? Because, yeah, that's not a turn on. It's not a turn on for me either as a woman. So I know for a man, it's not, you know. So us women, we got to get back to our soft girl era. We got to get back to our woman classy era and know how to talk and speak life into our men, you know, because these men, yeah, I can get why sometimes, because sometimes when I hear it for myself, it's just like, no, baby, I wouldn't even want to hear that. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't really want to deal with that. And I'm not even married to you. You know what I mean? So learn how to talk to your man, learn how to talk to your woman with a soft tone, and you can get across your whatever you're trying to get across to your significant other. You don't have to yell, you don't have to scream, you don't have to cuss, you don't have to call each other's name. You know what I'm saying? Learn how to continue to love each other in peace regardless of the situation, because just know that every day is not going to be butterflies and rainbows, okay? There's going to be some days when that man going to get on your nerves. There's going to be some days when that woman's going to get on your nerves. But still know deep down inside that y'all love each other, and that y'all know no matter what, y'all going to be each other's peace. Y'all going to be each other calm, you know what I mean? And y'all going to be humble to one another, you know, because that's going to help you grow in a healthy way. So yes, and like I said, with me and my husband, baby, I'm his peace no matter what. Even though some days I'll be like, ooh boy, baby, you know what I'm saying? And sometimes it's probably for me, for him too, you know. And like we have many conversations on this too, guys. Like things that I am going to be discussing in this series, Marriage Talk. me and my husband have many discussions on a lot of topics that I'm going to bring up. So yeah, and this is like one of the main topics that we talk about, us being each other peace. When I first met my husband, he said exactly what it was. I was his peace. You know what I'm saying? Like I said in my previous video, explaining to you guys how we met, he had a cell phone, and I knew that, he was talking to other females when we first started talking, because I wasn't his woman, I wasn't his wife at the time, you know what I mean? And he explained to me, like, because I asked him, I said, well, what made you, out of all the women that you have talked to throughout the years of your incarceration, what made you, you know what I'm saying, what about me is that you wanted to marry? And he was just like, you basically gave me peace. You basically was my peace, whereas other women, they would nag him, they would bring all types of drama to him because he didn't call them, he didn't video call them, and who you talking to, and who's that. Baby girl, he in prison. You really going back and forth? I don't got time for that. You really going back and forth about this man who he was talking to, and he can't do nothing. He incarcerated. So what? I mean, come on. You know what I'm saying? It's just 1 + 1 is 2. So, and at the time, like I said, I was in a place in my life where I didn't want no drama. The conversation was good. You know what I'm saying? And I knew, like, you know what I'm saying? I wasn't. I didn't care to bring drama or any uproar or chaos because I didn't want it to be brought to me. You know what I'm saying? So how I wanted to be done, how I wanted to be treated, I treated him the same way. You know what I'm saying? At the end of the day, I played my cards the way I knew I should have and needed to play my cards. You know what I'm saying? When it came to my husband, not knowing that we was going to get married, he was going to ask me to marry him. But who wouldn't rather want to talk or be with somebody that's going to give them peace? Because anytime this person that call you, or you call them, or anytime you guys get on the phone, there's always some argument, it's always this, it's always that, you're always being accused of this. Baby girl, it ain't gonna want to call you no more. You know what I'm saying? I wouldn't want to call you no more. You know what I mean? Because if you got to feel like every time this person call, you got to be on eggshells, and you just know it's going to be a rah situation, that's just going to push him or push her further and further away. And that is not the goal that we want to achieve in a marriage. No. We want to keep our bond tight as possible, and being his peace and being her peace. I know I focus more on the female showing her husband peace, because most of the time it's us. Most of the time it's us females that be bringing the chaos and bringing the drama. You know what I mean? Like I said, there is men out there that do it, because I have been with them, and I know there's some out there. But I'm speaking for us women as well. If you have a good man, okay? And I'm not just speaking financially all the time, because we always feel like it's the money thing. Yes, in these times, everybody got to put something on the table. I get that. But if your husband is genuinely a good husband to you, be that man's peace. When he comes home from work, or if you guys come home from work at the same time, still be that man's peace. And also, men, be the woman peace. Be your woman peace as well. You know what I'm saying? Love on each other more than bringing drama and chaos. You know what I mean? Love on each other, because like I said, that will help you focus on what's more important. Okay? So I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like, share, and comment down below. Please let me know if there's any topics that you guys want me to discuss, and I will surely will bring them up in one of these videos. So if you guys will, please subscribe to my channel, join the family. I thank you guys for tuning in with me today, and I'll see you guys in the next marriage talk.